So I've been getting a fairly decent amount of questions, inquiries about how I do live commentary. So I wanted to put together a little tutorial just to show you guys how I do it. Not only to give you a visual aid, but also to give a go-to place if anyone were to ask questions instead of me replying back and forth with various questions you may have. I have a go-to place, and hopefully this video will help you guys in understanding how live commentary is accomplished and how I do it, and basically be for educational purposes on how this is done. Anyway, I'll take you to the next part of the video where we'll start the actual setup process. Alright guys, so this is the equipment that I have. I'm gonna make the assumption that all you have is a PS3 or an Xbox 360. You can even do this with the Wii. I don't have my Wii in this room, so I can't show it to you. You will need some form of a recording or capture device. I have the HD PVR. There are other brands out there such as the AverMedia that you can purchase as well that can accomplish the same thing. So you're going to need the HD PVR. You're going to need a mixer. I have a 6-channel mixer, but honestly you only need a 4-channel to accomplish this. I have a 6-channel mixer because it gives me additional line input, so I can input more than 4 devices. So it really comes down to your budget and what you want to do. So you're going to need the HD PVR, you're going to need a mixer, and you're also going to need these. They're phono plugs. There's the technical term for them. It's TS to RCA, I believe. I believe this, just put this one down here. This end is the TS adapter, and this of course is the RCA, so it's TS to RCA. Now, the way that things are gonna hook up are like this. With the PVR, you have your inputs back here for in and out. Now, the HD component cables that come with your PVR, of course, if you already have one of these, you know how to hook it up. But I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up. This is going out to my TV. The other end of it, you can't see the back of my TV, but the other end of it is going into the TV. So you're gonna put these from the out of the PVR to the in of your television. So let me go ahead and try to get this done while holding the camera. Okay, this is our audio. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that done. Red audio, white audio, then we have the green input, the blue input, and the red input. This is going from the out of the PVR. The other end will go to the in of the back of your television, component and audio in. Now, this leaves the out. Well, it'll come out of your PS3 or your Xbox 360 and go to the in of the PVR. So for this example, I'm using my PS3 component in. Alright, so with this, all you're going to plug into the PVR are the component video cables. You're going to leave the audio cables out, and I'm going to explain why. So you're going to put the red, the blue, and the green. Alright, so that's coming out, again, out of your PlayStation or your Xbox or your Wii, whatever you have, and it's going to go into the component in of the back of your PVR. Alright, now those were just the video cables. The reason why we have the audio cables not plugged in, it's because those audio cables are not going to go into the PS3. We're going to take the PS3's audio out cables and we're going to put it into the mixer. This is where the TS plugs come into play. So I'm going to grab 2 of these here, and on your mixer you should have multiple lines in if you're getting a 4 or 6-channel mixer. For this example, I'm going to use this line right here. Let me see, right here. I'm going to use that line. So we're going to take the phono plugs and we're going to plug it into the mixer like that. Right? That leaves an opening for you to plug your PS3's audio into the mixer. Now, I bought this device here, which is basically a female to female RCA connector because of the distance my PS3 sits from my mixer, and the PS3's audio, as you can see, it can't be detached from the component cable for me to get it over to my mixer where it sits. So this is just an extension for me to get it there. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Let me see here. Alright, I'm plugging this in, and it's at the end of the audio cable, but the only reason it's there is because I'm going to still route the audio of the PS3 into the mixer, but I use this extender just for me to be able to use an extra audio cable. And the audio cable that I'm going to use is this one right here. This is an extra audio cable. You can purchase, for this, you're only going to need one additional audio cable. So you're going to need a white and red audio cable to accomplish this. But here we are. I'm plugging this audio cable. You just see here. There you go. The audio cable is plugged into the connector. The other end of it is over here. Let me just grab that audio cable. Hold tight. Okay, this is the other end of the audio cable, and as I mentioned earlier, it's still coming from the PS3, but it's going into the line in on the mixer. So we're gonna plug our red into here like that. We're gonna plug our white into here like that. Now, if your PS3 sits close to your mixer, you don't need to do this. You can just simply take the PS3's audio, plug it right into the mixer, and you're done. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do now, as you can see on the back of the HD PVR, let me just tilt the camera up a bit here. On the back of the HD PVR, you can still see that we have these two audio cable inputs available. The reason why that is we're going to now take the audio out. These are the audio out inputs on the mixer, and we're going to output the mixer to the HD PVR. Again, I'm going to need phono plugs, so you're going to want to get at least 4 of these, and I'm going to plug one in here for the left. I'm going to plug another one in here for the right. What that's now going to do is give me the ability to plug an audio cable into the mixer, and this is how it's going to be done. This is where I was telling you guys that you're going to need at least one audio cable, because you have to now route the audio into the mixer from the PVR. So here we have another audio cable. Let me just show that to you guys. We have one end here, the other end here. We're going to take one end and we're going to plug it into the mixer, going to the out of the mixer. Don't worry, the loud crashing, that's my PVR falling over. Alright, so one end is going into the mixer's audio out. I'll tilt the camera up a bit there. And the other end is going into the PVR's audio in. So we're just going to plug that in so and so. Now, what this is going to do is put the audio out of the mixer in to the PVR. Okay, so that's the hookup there. We have component cables at the back of the PVR going into the TV. We have the PS3 or Xbox or whatever system you use component going into the PVR, but the audio out of that same device will go into the line in on your mixer. Then the line out on the mixer will go to the audio in at the back of your PVR. All right? Okay. Okay, so now last but not least, the final hookup you need to make is plugging your headset or your microphone into the mixer into the XLR port on the mixer so that you have a way of getting your voice into the mixer. So I bought a mic. I don't have a headset, but you can purchase any XLR headset, and I'll put the description and the link to one that I'm actually going to purchase so you guys see what I'm going to get. However, this is what I currently use. I currently use a condenser mic. That's what I use to get my audio, my voice out and into the PVR. But you don't need to go that far. It's not necessary. It's just I'm a whore for quality. But anyway, this is the XLR input, and you're going to take the XLR input from your headset, mic, whatever you decide to purchase, and it's going to go into, I have two XLR inputs here, but I'm just going to use mic 1 because why put it into 2? You have one available. You can use mic 2 if you want to use a secondary mic for dual live commentary, which, you know, adds another aspect to your commentary there. But anyway, our XLR is going to plug in here, and that's it. So this is basically what your mixer is going to look like when you're done. Your mic input, your audio output, which goes into the in of the back of your PVR or recording device. Then you have the line in of the mixer coming from your PS3's audio, as I have it here, or your Xbox audio, or whatever. Alright, and that's pretty much how the hookup is going to be done. What's going to happen from this point forward now, you're going to turn on the mixer, you're going to turn on the PVR, and it's going to basically sync up your voice. So the last part of this video, I'll show you that. Alright guys, so now we're on my PS3 here, and I just wanted to show you the last and the least part. Well, probably not the least, but the last. You want to, this is exclusive to PS3 owners, by the way. Xbox 360, from at least mine, you can't put the component and the HDMI in simultaneously, so you guys don't need to worry about this. Once you switch from one input to the other, the Xbox will figure out which one is in there and do the rest for you. But on the PS3, you will need to go over to your display settings. You will also need to go into your video output settings, and you will need to change your source. If you normally play on HDMI, you will need to change your source to component. You will also need to change the source on your television. So if you're not getting video, that's why you need to change the source, because you're using a component output. I'm not going to change mine because I've already done that. Also, you will need to go to your sound settings on the PS3 and change your audio multi-out from off to on. By default, it's off, so you would need to turn it on. Otherwise, you will not get sound from the component unless you specifically go to the audio output settings and change it to the audio input connector. Instead of having to switch between input and optical and HDMI, I advise going to audio multi-output, changing that to on, and you will never have to worry about switching audio again. The PS3 will just output to all 3 audio devices simultaneously, and that cuts out a lot of the pressure for you. And once you've done that, this is again only exclusive to the PS3. Once you've done that, you're good to go. As you can see right now, everything I'm doing here is live. We're looking at my cross menu bar. You know, we have some Nujabes music in here, and you'd be able to jump right in and play your games like that in real time with your voice and video being recorded. As a matter of fact, we'll go check out a game. We'll go check out Need for Speed. Alright, so I'm back again, guys. I had to cut the video simply because the PVR does this weird thing on the PS3 where the video kind of pops in and out when the game is loading up, and it kind of messes your file up. So if you ever run into that, start your recording after the game has loaded on the PS3, otherwise you'd run into the same issue. But anyway, as you can see, live commentary. Yeah, I'm not what? Thank you for downloading the latest update, Armed and Dangerous pack. Screw that.
So yeah, as you can see, I'm on the game. My audio is being, well, my voice is being recorded in real time as the video is playing. There is no delay between the video and audio. Everything is lined up correctly, and there's no post-production. This is the only way that I know of that you can do it without any sort of post-production or anything like that. If you guys know another method, I'd be more than interested to see what it is. So definitely send it to me. But this is how I do it. This is how I advise doing it because it's the only way that I know how to do it properly. There is another method where I had to line up video and audio, but it wasn't really that effective, and there was always a little bit of a delay between the video and the audio. So yeah, as you can see, Need for Speed is on, and I'm playing in real time, voice, video, everything lined up, and it's working seamlessly. So if you guys are interested in starting to do playthroughs or anything like that, this is the best way to do it. Let's see. Yeah, and I hope you guys have a decent budget, because all in all, you're going to need, as I mentioned in the earlier parts of this video, you do not need a 4-channel, you do not need a 6-channel mixer. A 4-channel mixer will do just fine. But everything else that I showed you, you will need. You will need the PVR, you will need 4 phono plugs, you will need 1 audio cable, you will need a component output for your system, whatever console you're using, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to play some Need for Speed, and in the interest of not having this video be overly long, I'm going to cut it here. So I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been Goat the Great. This has been my live commentary setup tutorial. I hope it was informative. And, leave your comments if you have any questions, if you have any tips, if you think I did anything wrong or left anything out, pop it in there. And I will see you guys soon. I'm out. Peace.